Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I wanted to look at all things plus 500. Okay, so if you're a new investor and you're looking for a brokerage platform, this video is going to be particularly important for you. And also, if you're an existing investor that may be looking to change brokerage, tune in guys. I'm going to be looking at all the things that are unique to plus 500, the positives and negatives of it, and just generally have a look at the actual interface of the app. Guys, if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing below. And also, if this video has been helpful for you in any way, remember to give it a thumbs up. But let's jump in and have a look at the platform plus 500. So let's actually start with what plus 500 is. Okay, so plus 500 is actually a British brokerage firm that basically trade in a lot of different markets, different indices. They look at particularly CFDs, okay? Now, that is how they differ from a lot of other platforms that you would be aware of, such as Self-Wealth and CommSec. And I will get into exactly what CFDs are a little bit later. But let's first look at the actual interface. How does the actual platform look and feel to use? So plus 500 is accessed across all different platforms, okay? So between Apple, desktop, and Android. So from that point of view, they offer a great range of usability. The first thing that I think is really cool about plus 500 is that you can actually sign up to a demo without actually having to, use your actual real private information and actually have to put your own money in. I feel like this is something that, other more obvious ones in Australia that we're aware of, like CommSec Pocket and things like that, they don't really offer with as much ease as plus 500. So, even I, before I even have to put in my private information, I was able to use the demo, get a good grip of where things are, and I think it's a positive for the user. Why is plus 500 different from these other brokerage firms? As I mentioned just before, I mentioned that they primarily focus on CFDs. Okay, so for those who don't know what CFDs are, they are short for contracts for difference. Okay, now you can open these contracts from a range of things. They offer things from individual stocks, crypto, Bitcoin, okay, Forex, and plenty more. So the first thing I wanted to mention straight away is that understanding these CFDs are very, very important when it comes to investing because, for a rookie investor signing up to plus 500, not understanding this simple idea of what CFDs are, that could be a big mistake and it could cost you a lot of money down the track. A CFD is a contract between an investor and the actual CFD trader, so in this instance, plus 500. And basically, the contract is basically the exchange in the difference in value from the time that asset was bought to the time that contract ends, okay? So if the price goes in favor of the investor, then the brokerage firm will then pay the investor the difference. However, if it actually goes the other way, and the price goes opposite to what the investor wanted, then the investor must then pay the CFD trader that amount. So what does this mean for you as an investor? It means straight away that whenever you make a purchase on plus 500, you do not own that individual stock or commodity or whatever you're doing, okay? So let me repeat that. You do not own anything, okay? So all you're simply doing is participating in a CFD contract. So you're effectively just stipulating on whether the price of that commodity, stock, whatever it may be, of whether it's going to go up or down. And effectively, some people have said it in the past that you're effectively almost gambling on whether that stock is going to go up or down. Okay, so it's very important to remember that when investing with plus 500, you're not actually becoming a stock owner. Now, when it comes to fees, plus 500 don't actually charge you a standard brokerage fee that most other brokerage firms will charge you. So effectively what they will do is whenever you open a buy amount, they will actually just build in a certain percentage of the spread, okay? And then that is actually already built into the price. So The fees are quite a low percent. I think they range from different sales, different commodities or different stocks. But basically it all depends on how these commodities or how these investments are leveraged. Okay, so I don't want to get too far into that. I'm going to make a video specifically looking at everything to do with CFD trading, but I just wanted to make it very clear that this is very different from what you would have usually experienced. Okay, so you're dealing with something completely different, and then you're not just going to cop a standard brokerage fee. It's going to be built into the price of the actual CFD contract. Let's take a look at the overall positives of actually using Plus 500. Okay, so as I mentioned, it is very easy to sign up. The process is very streamlined, and it's easily accessible across all platforms. So from that point of view, it is very positive to get started. Now, the second positive thing that I find is that unlike brokers such as SelfWealth, Plus 500 actually enables you to potentially invest in anything from individual stocks to commodities, ETFs, Forex, crypto. So the options with investments are certainly in an abundance there. So it's not like you're going to run out of different types of investments. So that's, I find, pretty cool. It's very diverse in that way. So the next positive I find is that the actual easy to use interface lets you create things like watch lists. So you can keep a track of whatever type of investment you're looking at. They provide charts to analyze. So you can monitor trades along with that, and it's a fairly straightforward platform to look at. I think it's very straightforward for a beginner investor to actually start investing in stocks. Now, the only thing I mentioned before alongside that is that they actually have that free demo. So without you actually having to sign up and actually invest money, you can use the demo and play with some fake money. That's always a great way to become comfortable with the app before you actually start using your real money. The last positive I find as well is that they actually have an option for a guaranteed stop loss. So effectively, that can be set in place to prevent you from losing large amounts of money. Let's have a look at the other side of things and look at the negatives that I've found with using Plus 500. Okay, so the first one I've found is that the customer service side of things, they don't provide you with a direct number to contact them. I think everything is basically over email and chat. So for us in countries such as Australia, it could be quite difficult at times to get in contact with someone in regards to questions or any issues you may have. So that's quite important to understand. Now, the next negative I find is that compared to something like a SelfWealth, the research facilities and the resources that they have on the app aren't quite as extensive. Okay, so a lot of the times from what I've found when I was looking at a stock on Plus 500 is that I would actually have to find external websites, external resources to actually gain the necessary information about a stock that I needed. So it's not a bad interface, but it could be a lot better and more extensive. The third negative I found is that when you're using Plus 500, it will actually charge you an additional $10 fee if your account has been inactive for 3 months or more. So from my understanding and what I've read, if you aren't placing any sort of investments in 3 months, you will be charged a fee of $10, and that fee will continue month on month until activity is found. So that, look, I understand where Plus 500 are coming from, in that respect, but as investors, we kind of want to try and avoid any sort of additional fees that we can find, and who's to say we don't go on a holiday or we have some issues going on in our own personal life. We don't have time to maybe chase an investment. We might want to break for 2 or 3 months. We don't want to have to start incurring fees about that. Okay, guys, so that's my basic review of the trading platform Plus 500. As always, I wanted to keep these videos, really easy to follow and not too detailed. But guys, in regards to, getting deeper into what CFD trading actually is, I actually am in the middle of actually making a video about that already. Now, comment below if there's any specific questions about, anything to do with that type of investing. below, and I'll actually specifically answer those in that next video. But guys, I hope you have got a better understanding about plus 500. It may open your eyes to some things that you may like or dislike about it. But guys, as always, I'll see you on the next one.